say it all. Yeah? The eyes say it all. You got to feel for Graham Jarvis at this point with such a spectacular performance to be given that information at the finish line, no less. Of all places to receive that information at the finish line after he's done so well on the day. That is huge disappointment.
I can't believe how well he's taking it. If that was me, everyone would have known about it by now.
I think I would be freaking out. I'd be throwing parts of my bike, helmet, everything. What a rough job for Karl Katok to have to tell him that, though. I mean, really. I wouldn't want to be in either of their shoes at this point.
Such a shame. I don't know what to say. It's too bad.
Well, we can really say that Graham has performed incredibly here. I mean, like I said, I would not want to be sitting in his seat right now, having that information at the finish line. What a rough day for him after such a performance, coming back from 5th place, moving up, passing Johnny Walker, and then getting that at the finish line. It's really too bad, but you know, that tells you a lot about the type of competitor he really is, and I definitely think we'll see him back. I mean, he's had a fantastic season so far. You can't turn down how well he's ridden this season. He's been the most dominant hard enduro rider of the season this year.
So how far? Here he comes, the man himself.
Johnny Walker from a 3rd place last year. And look at this, an official win this year. I mean, okay, if you want to call it a 2nd place, that's fair, but it's a win. You know, there's no two ways about it in this case. Johnny Walker will finish this with a fantastic performance, putting on some style even coming into the finish area. That last checkpoint in the finish. And ladies and gentlemen, you have your official winner here at the Red Bull Hare Scramble, rolling in to the finish area. Johnny Walker, 22 years old from the UK. He has to be happy and satisfied with that run, Chris. I mean, I tell you what a great day for him.
Absolutely incredible performance, and I think maybe we're seeing another legend like Taddy starting in Erzberg right now.
Well, he's got a long way to go before he's going to have 5 wins under his belt, but the way he performed today, it's not hard to imagine.
Yeah. Wir stehen.
Danke. Danke. So I think, or at least I hope, we're going to hear from Johnny here in a second, our winner here at the Red Bull Hare Scramble. And I think we'll probably throw it down to the finish area here and let Constanza have an interview with Johnny as soon as he has a chance to take a quick breath.
Johnny, first of all, congrats. Take us through this last 2 hours. How was that race for you?
Yeah, it was tough. I got the start that I needed and just had to push from there, and then I heard that Jarvis missed a checkpoint, and so I could just cruise and just chill out, really, try and save my energy.
So what made the difference? What made you tougher than the Erzberg and the other participants?
I don't know, maybe it's stupid, I don't know.
Was it easier with the one Erzberg from last year under your belt?
No, I don't know, I kind of knew where to go, so I could push where I could, and I knew to keep my speed where I needed to, so I'm so happy.
So how will you celebrate that win?
I don't know.
All right, well, you know what? That guy's going to be happy for weeks, months, maybe even years after this one here. Johnny Walker. And I would say most definitely a deserving winner here.
Definitely deserving winner. That was an amazing performance.
Fantastic.
All the way through.
There was nobody touching him out of the gate. The first, I would say, even 3/4 of this race, he was the man that everybody was targeting on his back as we take a look back at some of the highlights from his run today.
How many people did we see struggle with this hill today, and it's like it's flat?
Well, I told you off the top of the show that number 3 on his bike, Tadej Blazuziak's number from last year, really made the difference. And I got to tell you, that crash that we just saw there, I think it was more helmet than anything, but man, that looked rough. I mean, we both cringed when he did that. Great line through Karl's dinner here.
It's so smooth too, like really efficient and no problem.
Yeah, just talking about that analytical style of riding, that tactical style of riding, really worked for him today in a big way. And there's that section where Jarvis snuck in front, got the checkpoint. Johnny Walker got it after him. But Johnny coming across that finish line a close second as far as competitors are concerned, but in first place here at the event. Rodeo, the Erzberg Rodeo, with a great finish here. The Red Bull Hare Scramble for Johnny Walker, and for me in this case too, because I can gloat over the Austrian commentators.
KTM continues it. How many years in a row is this now for KTM?
Oh man, 700 I think. It's just amazing that they have a real good way of choosing good talent, Chris.
Definitely.
What a fantastic finish though. Johnny Walker, great competitor. I think we're going to see him doing this for years to come.
Wir warten jetzt auf den zweiten. Da gab es ja auch Lars Elton lange Zeit an zweiter Stelle. Dann kommt Dougie Lampkin, also wir sind sehr, sehr gespannt, wer als Zweiter ins Ziel kommt.
So still waiting on the other guys, but as we've heard in the background there, Dougie Lampkin should be solidly in second place. He came clean out of Carl's dinner, so we should see Dougie Lampkin coming into the finish area any time now. He wasn't really that far behind Johnny, I don't think. Well, just speculating the time here, just talked to our director, and the most recent update is around 14, 15 minutes, but that's not confirmed. That's the distance between Johnny Walker and Dougie Lampkin. I mean, that's massive.
That's huge.
That's massive.
And we've still got Lars in third.
That's right.
That's a massive, massive finish for Lars.
That's a huge.
Third.
I mean, that's a really great. What a way to step it up from one year to the next.
There is second place. Dropping down to Hare Scramble, or however on earth you say that.
Gerichtsloch.
Cool.
So checkpoint 16. That means he's still got 3 checkpoints to go. So he is well back, actually. And but he looks like he's all alone. So Dougie Lampkin played this game well. He'll come in second place, barring any major catastrophes. And we're back in Carl's dinner with rider number 30. Who we got there? That's Dan Hemingway.
Another strong finish from both these guys. Well, it looks like it, early days, but good results so far.
Well, we're 10 minutes to 2 o'clock in the afternoon with 2 hours left of actual official race time. At 4 o'clock, it stops, and that's that. So I think probably these guys will make it in there. We might even see, you know, 9, 10 guys coming across the finish line in the allotted time this year again.
That's your guess?
That's my guess. I'm hoping.
Okay, I'll go with that.
I've had one accurate guess this weekend, and that's Johnny Walker winning. So maybe I should just stick with that.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see both of the Hemingway boys come across the finish line in the allotted time, though. Ben and Dan. And really taking his time here, not making any mistakes if possible.
He's got a wee bit of an injury too, so a foot injury, so he's doing really well to tough through that and drag and lift this KTM through here.
Yeah, well, foot injuries are really tough to come back from as well, because, you know, if you want to ride and keep riding, you can't cast it up, but it's the only way really to have it heal up properly is to cast it up, so it's a tough call. So we're going to leave Carl's dinner here and head back down to the finish area where Constanze is with Karl Kato, and we're going to hear from him about what went on earlier on.
Ja, Karl, du hattest wie schon im Vorjahr die unangenehme Aufgabe, dem Charles zu sagen, dass disqualifiziert wurde. Was genau ist da draußen passiert? Was hat Graham falsch gemacht?
The question is that Carl had the egregious duty of informing Graham what was up, and she asked what's up.
Und haben dort eine komplette Etage ausgelassen. Also wir haben eine Highspeed-Strecke eingebaut. Der erste Fahrer, der Johnny Walker, also der Lars Enegel und Johnny Walker sind richtig gefahren. Graham Jarvis und Lettenbichler haben
so the end result is that there's a section up there where both Lars Enegel and Johnny Walker did properly, but Graham Jarvis and Lettenbichler both passed completely, so unfortunately that's the reason why.
Ja, es ist sehr einfach. Also wenn man bei so hohem Puls fährt und mit so viel Adrenalin bestückt ist, dann ist es ein klarer Fall, dass man ab und zu auch Fehler macht. Und leider Gottes war der Fehler halt der schwerwiegendste. Und deswegen tut es mir sehr leid.
The long and short of it is, he says that with all the adrenaline rush that's going on here, that it's possible that sometimes you're going to make a mistake, and it's just unfortunate that it happened here.
Sieger Johnny Walker, für dich eine Überraschung oder eher nicht?
The question was, is Johnny Walker a surprise? Johnny Walker is one of the best riders in the world, definitely a top favorite. Graham Jarvis definitely could have beaten Johnny Walker or vice versa, but this time it's Johnny Walker. Well, there you go. Words from the man himself, unfortunately, with the duty of providing that information to Graham Jarvis. And it's too bad. And we're going to head back up to Dynamite and see where Andreas Lettenbichler is. He'll also be receiving that same news from Carl when he reaches the finish area. And Lettenbichler also rode fantastically today, just missing that one entire section. It's really an unfortunate mistake. And again, that adrenaline playing a huge role. And you know, the mistakes happen.
It's such a shame to see. I mean, it shouldn't happen. You should be able to find your way around this mountain and race flat out. But it's such a challenging place with so many different roads and layers and levels going on. It's so difficult to mark. Yeah, breaks my heart to see this for Graham.
Well, yeah, and as a rider especially, you know, this is the very same thing could possibly happen to you or any of the other guys, and that's just a really tough situation. You know, from a rider's perspective, sitting here in the box, obviously it's a little bit hard to, you know, speculate how the guy's feeling, but, you know, if the same thing happened to you, you'd probably be gutted as well.
The same thing happened to me in Ecuador, the Ucupacha Extreme. I was in front and the marking just stopped and I got totally lost. It's the most disappointing, gut-wrenching feeling imaginable. I feel really, really terrible for Graham and for Letty.
Seems like you're still feeling a little bit of that pain from your disqualification as well.
Yeah, it's kind of brought it all back. It's quite emotional.
Getting misty in the box here.
Yeah. It's not nice to see things like this happen to my friends.
Well, Lettenbichler was 5th place after the prologue today, or yesterday, excuse me. And, I mean, he's ridden well. You know, all these guys in the top here have ridden super well. As Lettenbichler completes Dynamite. And for him, it's the last stretch to the bad news, unfortunately.
I'm sure Letty's going to finish this with style, though. He always pushes flat out to the finish in everything he does. He's a really great rider and a really nice guy, too.
And we are back at Carl's dinner. That's rider number 16. That is
Homero Diaz
from Mexico.
Can't imagine this is a lot like riding in Mexico.
A little bit more desert riding there, I would say.
A bit less rain. He's looking strong for a finish, though. But he's still got 2 hours to go.
Yeah, I think that's enough time. I mean,
yeah.
You got a fair amount of work to do going through here. Looks like right behind him is I'm an advocate from Holland. Is that number 15?
You got good eyes if you can see that. That just looks like a guy covered in mud to me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to decipher that front number shield there, but I can't really see it. It looks like a 15 or a 25. No, it won't be 25. That's Taichi Tanaka, so I kind of think it's 15.
There you go. But I'll help you if you help me.
Now my question is it allowed between riders to help each other?
Yeah, riders are allowed to help each other.
Okay.
And these guys will probably form a gentleman's agreement. Drag that bike up out of the way. Then Hare will turn around and drag this guy up, I would imagine.
Man, you got to move through here gingerly, though. One small mistake and you could really be in trouble.